Deathcore Dre, No Brainer, the things you don't know, but I feel like you should. And what I feel like you should know is even the bums without your consent can have you turned up off the fentanyl like they had this officer right here.
You get it once?
47. She's ODing. Narcan.
Alright, so look, I'm going to show y'all the entire 2-minute body cam footage. But first, I'm going to give y'all some backstory. Tavares, Florida Police Department. December 13, 2012, police officer Courtney Bannock was conducting a traffic stop where she found a rolled up dollar bill on a passenger. She states she just barely opened it and noticed a substance in it that she suspected it to be narcotics. She then proceeded to close it up quickly. She then got on her radio and was said to have been heard sounding weird and almost like she was choking. Backup arrived to Bannock going in and out of consciousness.
Just once, she sounded weird.
10-4, 1 Virgin nurse.
They clear traffic on 1 yet?
Something like that. Something EMS. Sit down. Sit down. Give me that again.
Damn it.
We notified you to have a few extra visual info.
Put your bags up. You get it once?
47. She's ODing. Narcan. Come on, Courtney. Hey, listen.
Come on. Come on.
Courtney. Get it.
How you moving?
Get an ambulance bag. Get an ambulance
You good?
bag.
We good?
You're good, Courtney. You're good.
She's breathing.
Hey, stay with me, okay?
You have
Breathe. Breathe.
fun, right?
Wait, did Shorty just do the Roblox?
I know.
Y'all heard that?
Breathe.
Fun, right? Did you hit her with both?
I know.
Did you give her
I
two?
gave her both.
Okay.
No, yep.
Yep, probably. Roll for it.
Alright, so look. Making this video has caused me to have to bring up a question. What the hell is even fentanyl? Because I keep hearing about it. I hear all these things about a fentanyl overdose this, fentanyl overdose that. I live here in DC. I've heard of people ODing on fentanyl. I know that they like to use it and cut it with other drugs and all of this stuff. But what the hell is fentanyl exactly? So, according to DEA.gov, fentanyl is a potent synthetic opioid drug approved by the FDA, which is the Food and Drug Administration, for use as an analgesic, a pain relief, and an anesthetic. It is approximately 100 times more potent than morphine and 50 times more potent than heroin as an analgesic. So, with that being said, I didn't know much about fentanyl and stuff. So fentanyl was developed in 1959 and introduced in the 1960s as an intravenous anesthetic. Okay, but how do people use fentanyl? So fentanyl can be injected, snorted, sniffed, smoked, or taken orally by pill or by a tablet. Illicitly produced fentanyl is sold alone or in combination with heroin and other substances and has been identified in counterfeit pills, mimicking pharmaceutical drugs such as Oxycontin. According to the National Forensic Laboratory Information System, reports on fentanyl, both pharmaceutically and clandestinely produced, increased from nearly 5,400 in 2014 to over 56,500 in 2017, as reported by the federal, state, and local forensic laboratories in the United States. So according to the DEA, they say fentanyl can be snorted or sniffed. So when Officer Bannock found the substance inside of the dollar bill, it's safe to say that it probably was in powder form, and she believes that because of the wind, that contributed to her ingesting it. So can you just imagine how the bums can, without your consent, get you turned? Like, you could be anywhere. You could be at the bank. You could be walking down the street. You could walk inside the goddamn grocery store, smell some muffins, and just be like, and next thing you know, that's crazy. The fact that you can just smell it in the air and get you turned up is enough for the war on drugs to continue, folks. But I sat here and I did a bunch of research, and there is some things that I do want to point out. And I also have some footage that will kind of contradict what this officer is saying. Now, I'm not saying that she's a drug addict, but according to the footage that I'm going to show you in a second, according to this expert, that you can't actually OD from just the particles in the air alone. Now, I'm no expert. I don't truly know, but I did do my research, and what I have found is that there's been a lot of misinformation as far as how people can ingest fentanyl. Fentanyl, however you want to pronounce it. But one of the big misconceptions is that you can actually OD from it via skin contact. Now, they do state that there is fentanyl patches, but those patches are specifically have different things in it that, help the skin absorb it. Just fentanyl itself can't be absorbed by the skin. So let's watch this other video.
Now some disturbing video of a sheriff's deputy falling down after briefly handling fentanyl. But some medical experts are not sure this is for real.
It's dramatic body cam video of a deputy sheriff collapsing to the ground. He and his partner were making a drug arrest when he suddenly has trouble breathing.
I got you, okay? I'm not gonna let you die. I'm not gonna let you die.
The deputy
Wait, what's up with the music?
Suffering from an accidental overdose.
Why they had that sad music?
Exposed to the deadly opioid fentanyl.
I need Narcan.
His partner began administering Narcan, a medication that works like magic to block the effects of an opioid overdose.
Fire department got there, put him on the gurney. His eyes rolled back in his head, and he started to OD again.
I mean, with that music playing, I'm sure like they literally sending him to the maker playing that type of music, like godly.
Released the footage to warn against the dangers of fentanyl. Fortunately, the deputy survived and made a full recovery.
I'm Deputy David Five-Eye, and I almost died of fentanyl overdose.
But now the video is being met with skepticism by some medical experts who say it is impossible to overdose on fentanyl simply through airborne exposure.
I can tell you with essentially 100% with surety that this was not fentanyl poisoning. When people get fentanyl poisoned, they don't just collapse like that. And not moments after an exposure.
He says the deputy's reaction was likely caused by stress, not the drug itself. And while the PSA was well-intentioned, Dr. Lewis Nelson warns the misinformation could be harmful if police hesitate responding to similar calls.
I'm very concerned that they're not going to respond to somebody who actually needs medical assistance because they're fearing risk to themselves.
I'm not gonna let you die.
Sheriff's Department says the video was an actual incident and that the substance did test positive for fentanyl.
Okay, so look, with that information right there, you guys tell me, what do y'all think? You heard the man. He says that he's certain that airborne ingestion of it wouldn't cause an overdose or wouldn't cause someone to faint immediately. So when you go back to the other video of Officer Bannock, what happened then? I see body cam footage of them assisting her. Where's her body cam footage of her actually conducting this stop? Are you telling me that she pulled up and seen that they had the good stuff and she decided she wanted to get turned up too with the local bums? Or did she really ingested from the wind and the particles. Y'all tell me, what do you think? Like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, this is the no-brainer, the things you don't know but I feel like you should. And what I feel like you should know is that the local bums is trying to get you turned with them without your consent. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get it, man.